Namaste, and welcome to our first Navaratri broadcast here at Devi Chamunda Mandir. I'm Yamajit, and I welcome everybody who are either joining live or who will be watching this broadcast later. And Blessed Navaratri, which actually begins tomorrow. I'd like to begin with a short opening puja. Om Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvavastam Gatopiva Yashmare Pandarikaksham Sabhyabhyanta Sushi Om Bakrutunda Makaya Suryakoti Samaprama Nirbignam Kurumudeva Sabakaryam Siddhe. Jai Ganesha. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshvara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Guru Namah. Jai Guru. Om Trayambakam Yajamaye Sagandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukameva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyam Amritat. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapalani Durga Shama Shivadatri Svasvara Namostute Jai Tvam Devi Chamunde Jaya Bhutitaharani Jaya Sarvagate Devi Kalaratri Namostute. Om 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 Jai Ma. I'm going to try and make a little camera adjustment because we've got some light coming through a window. Try and remedy that. There we go, that helps a little bit. Might cut my head off, but that's fine. So again, welcome. So Navaratri is the 9 days of the Divine Mother. And it's a time to bring ourselves closer to the divine, in this case personified by the Divine Mother. And the purpose of our devotion is really to quiet these voices, these thoughts that we have here and here, these false beliefs, these insecurities, these feelings of uncertainty that hold us back from realizing our full potential as instruments of the divine on this earth. So a traditional practice, which is done during Navaratri, is to read this scripture called the Chandipat, also known as the Devi Mahatmaya or Durga Saptasati, which means 700 verses of Ma Durga. And this scripture involves stories of the Divine Mother fighting various demons and armies of demons. And these demons, when you translate their names, have names like self-conceit, self-deprecation, great ego, seeds of desire, too much, too little. And so what this scripture is really illustrating is a battle that is happening constantly here and here. And it's the Divine Mother, that divine that exists both within and without, that helps us to succeed in that battle. So today is actually the day before the Navaratri festival begins. And so I'm going to recite the opening prayers to this scripture. And there's a purpose to these opening prayers, because there is actually a curse upon this scripture. And the curse is, if you practice this sadhana, if you recite and chant this scripture with the wrong intentions, it's not going to work. So you're not going to chant the Chandi if you want to win the lottery, but you will chant the Chandi to become closer to the divine, to find that divine spark within yourself, and to channel that energy to heal yourself. And so, as a result, you can heal others. So these three prayers that we're going to be reciting are designed to remove that curse, and how that curse is removed is by bringing us closer to that divine power. So there'll be three opening prayers. The first is called the Devi Kavacham, which means armor of the Divine Mother, armor of the goddess. And it's a protective hymn or stotram. The second is called the Argala Stotram, which means the praise that unfastens the bolt. And then the third is the Devi Kilikam, the praise of the Divine Mother that removes the pin. Kind of sounds a bit like we're picking a lock here. And that's actually a good analogy to these prayers. These prayers are opening these areas where we're closed off from that divine energy again, due to false beliefs, maybe traumatic events that have happened in our lives, maybe behavior patterns that no longer work for us. So before we begin, just want to say a little bit about how these broadcasts are going to work. So today will be a good example. I'll be chanting each of these hymns, first in English, and then I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and meditate while I read the stotram, or the chapter in future broadcasts, again in its original Sanskrit. And I invite you during that meditation to just let the words of the chant to take your awareness wherever it needs to be at this time. So today we're doing the introduction and opening prayers. The first, second, and third days of Navaratri, the 17th, 18th, and 19th of October, I'll be doing two separate broadcasts because I'll be doing two chapters each of those days. Chapters 1 and 2 tomorrow, chapters 3 and 4 the next day, and 5 and 6 the next day. So we'll start at noon, do a broadcast for the first chapter and meditation. Then we'll take a little break. I'll start up another YouTube broadcast, and I'll read the second chapter and share the second chapter. That way we've got a little bit of a break in between. Some of these chapters are kind of long. And additionally, this will allow you in the future to access the broadcast for a particular chapter that you might want to meditate on in the future. So we'll be doing this from today, the 16th, through the final day, which will be the 26th of October, where we'll be doing a short puja and the closing prayer. The festival is 9 days long, but there's a 10th day called Victory Day. And on Victory Day, the Divine Mother has been slaying our inner demons for the last 9 days. On Victory Day, we give her thanks for helping us in our inner processing, and we celebrate the victories. And actually, I think I'm going to use the iPad so I can give myself the reader's. Let's begin just by taking a few deep breaths. Use this time to just disconnect from the cares of the day so that we can focus on this present moment. Om Aing Rim Krim Chamundai Viche. Atta Devya Kavacham, the armor of the goddess. Om, presenting the armor of the respected she who tears apart thought. The creative capacity is the seer. Anustup, 32 syllables per verse, is the meter. The slayer of passion and anger is the deity, that's Chamunda. The establishment of the mother of unity in the body is the seed. That which binds the gods of all directions is that principle. For the satisfaction of the respected mother of the universe, this appendage of the 700 verses is applied in recitation. Om, we bow to the goddess Chandika, she who tears apart thought. And the sage Markandeya said, Om, grandfather, tell me the supreme mystical secret of the one who is not well known, which affords all protection of all humanity. And Lord Brahma, the creative capacity, then said, there is a mystical secret, O learned one, that is beneficial to all existence. The meritorious armor of the goddess. Listen to that, you of great wisdom. First is the goddess of inspiration. The second is the goddess of sacred study. Third is the goddess of delight of practice. The goddess of purifying austerity is the fourth. The fifth is the goddess who nurtures divinity. The sixth is the one who is ever pure. The seventh is the goddess of the dark night, of overcoming egotism. The goddess of the great radiant light is the eighth. Ninth is the goddess who grants perfection. The 9 Durgas relievers of difficulties, have been enumerated, and these names have been revealed by the great soul of the Supreme himself. So we're honoring 9 different aspects of the goddess Durga in this hymn. If one is being burned by fire or in the midst of enemies on the field of battle, whenever thoughts are occupied with difficulties of any kind of fear, we overcome this by taking refuge in the Mother. Something I want to say here, the translation of the scripture that I'm using is the one by Swami Satyananda Sarasvati. And the Sanskrit word for demon is ashura. And ashura can be translated to thoughts. So when you hear these words, thoughts, we're again referring to these inner demons, these inner obstacles that we're trying to overcome. No energetic opposition will conquer that individual, nor injury in the dangers of battle. I cannot foresee any problem, pain, or fear to envelope such a person. When she is remembered with devotion, all opposite ends, and immediately prosperity begins. For those who remember her, the Supreme Goddess protects them all without doubt. Standing upon the corpse of inert consciousness is the slayer of passion and anger, Kali. She who is the most excellent desire of union sits upon the buffalo of perseverance. The energy of rule of the pure rides upon an elephant of universal love, while the energy that pervades all sits upon a bird of brilliant luster. The energy of the great seer of all rides upon the bull of discipline. The ever pure one is carried by the peacock of beauty. The wisdom of wealth sits upon the lotus of peace. The goddess, beloved of consciousness, has a lotus in her hand. The pure white form of the goddess, supreme energy, carried by the bull of discipline, the creative energy, rides upon swans and controlled breath, displaying all ornaments. These are all the mothers, all connected in succession in the path of union, displaying various ornaments of various jewels. So here we've invoked a collection of 8 goddesses known as the Ashtamatrika, or the 8 little mothers. The goddesses are seen as angry and agitated, mounted upon chariots, the conch of vibrations, the discus of revolving time, the club of articulation, various forms of energy, the plow sowing the seeds of the way of truth to wisdom, the pestle of refinement, the shield of method, the javelin of effort, the battle axe of good actions, the net of unity, the spear of concentration, the trident of harmony, and the excellent bow of determination. They display these weapons for the purpose of destroying the bodies of thoughts, that is our demons, to instill fearlessness in devotees, and for the welfare of the gods. We bow to you, O great fierce one, O great one of dreadful prowess, O you of great strength, of great joy, of the great destroyer of fear. Protect us, O goddess, difficult to perceive, you who increase the fear of our enemies. May the enemy of the rule of the pure protect us in the east. In the southeast, the God who is the light of meditation. In the south, the most excellent desire of union. In the southwest, she who wields the sword of worship. In the west, may the energy of the Lord of equilibrium give protection. In the northwest, she who is carried by the deer of enthusiasm. In the north, may the ever pure one protect. In the northeast, the wielder of the pike of concentration. Above, may the creative capacity protect us. And then below, the energy that pervades all. And all 10 directions be protected by Kali, the slayer of passion and anger, mounted upon the corpse of inert consciousness. In the front, may victory protect us, and may conquest protect us in the rear. So in these verses, we're actually sanctifying the space in which we're doing this practice. On the left side may stand the undefeated one, and on the right, the unconquerable. May the luminous one guard the crown of the head. May the mother of protective energy safeguard residing on the head. May one who wears the garland protect in the forehead and in the eyebrows, the bearer of welfare, the three-eyed one between the eyebrows and restrained sound in the nose. The bearer of constant vibration between the eyes, and in the ears, the dweller at the doors, in the cheeks, may the goddess of time protect, behind the ears, the energy that causes peace. In the nostrils, excellent scent, and in the upper lip, the sweet taste. On the lower lip, a drop of nectar, and in the tongue, the spirit of all knowledge. May the ever pure one protect the teeth and the throat. She who tears apart thought is the uvula, and the one a varied sound of the great measurement of consciousness in the palate. May the goddess who causes love protect the chin, all welfare protect our speech, the excellent remover of darkness the neck, the wielder of the bow of determination, the backbone. In the outer neck, the blue-necked one. In the throat pipe, the goddess of inspired songs. In the shoulders, may the wielder of the sword of worship protect. In our arms, she who bears the thunderbolt of illumination. May the energy that bears the staff of discipline protect our hands, and may the mother of the universe the fingers. May the ruler of the trident of harmony protect the nails, and in the abdomen, the ruler of the family. May the great goddess protect our breasts, she who destroys all sorrow in the mind, in the heart, the desire goddess, in the stomach, the bearer of the pike of concentration. May the goddess of love protect the navel, the private part, the ruler of mystical secrets. May purity of desire protect the genital, and she who rides the buffalo of perseverance, the anus. May the supreme goddess protect the hips and the knees, who resides in all knowledge, in the shanks. May the great strength protect the granter of all desires. In the ankles, the goddess of courageous fortitude. On the top of the feet, she who is the heat of light. In the toes, may prosperity protect, and in the soles, she who dwells support. On the nails, she with great tusks, and she with great hairs, the hair, the pores of the skin, the energy of wealth, and the skin, the energy that rules all vibrations. May the daughter of spiritual discipline protect our blood, marrow, fat, flesh, bones, and lymph, the entrails, the dark night of overcoming egotism, and the bile, the crowned sovereign. May the goddess of the lotus of peace protect the lungs, and with the crest jewel, the phlegm, with the radiant face, the luster of the nails, and the unbreakable one, all of the joints. May the creative energy protect the seeds of our genitals, and the goddess with the supreme umbrella, our shadow. May our ego, mind, and intellect be protected, and she who supports the way of truth and wisdom. May she who holds the thunderbolt of illumination in her hands protect our life, welfare, and the 5 breaths, inhaling, exhaling, diffusing, rising, and equalizing. Taste, form, smell, sound, and the feeling may the goddess of union protect, and may the knowledge, action, and desires always be protected by the exposer of consciousness. May the most excellent desire of union protect life, and the energy which pervades all protect the way of truth to wisdom. May welfare, repute, prosperity, wealth, knowledge be protected by she who holds the discus of revolving time. May the energy of the rule of the pure protect our lineage, and may she who tears apart thought protect our animals. May the great goddess of true wealth protect our children, and the formidable goddess protect our mate. May the goddess of excellent paths protect our path, and the giver of salvation our way. May the goddess of the true wealth protect us at the gate of the royal palace where victory always dwells. O goddess, protect all those places not mentioned in this our armor. O you who conquers and destroys all sin. For the welfare of his or her own soul, a person should not take one step without this armor. But if he or she always proceeds with the armor, wherever that person goes, there the objectives are accomplished, conquering all desires. Whatever desires one contemplates, he or she attains them without doubt. A human being becomes equivalent to the supreme sovereign of all. Unafraid, a mortal conquers and is undefeated in any encounter. The human who proceeds with this armor becomes worthy of worship in the three worlds. This is the armor of the goddess, which is difficult for even the gods, whom will constantly make its recitation at the 3 times of prayer with faith and self-control, will assume the brilliance of the goddess and become unconquerable in the 3 worlds. His or her life will last 100 years, and death will be from natural causes. All maladies will be destroyed, even those arising from infectious cuts and eruptions. All types of poisons will be rendered ineffective. Let this go toward COVID. All spells, mantras, amulets in existence of those who move on the earth and those who move in the air, or those born in water, or those counseled by others, or those born by themselves, or born in a family who's wearing a garland, those who feed on flesh, those who feed on vegetables, or those terrible beings of great strength who move in the atmosphere, or spirits of the planets, heavenly nymphs, celestial minstrels, demons, those proud of learning, goblins, demons, causing disease, terrifying ones, all perish at the sight of one whose heart resides in this armor. His or her respect with superiors will rise, and the aura of light will have excellent increase. Welfare will grow, and the fame of that person will spread throughout the world. First one should perform this armor and then recite the 700 verses of the Chandipat. So long as the hills and forests of trees last upon the earth, the descendants of sons and grandsons of that individual will remain. At the end of the earthly body, may the blessing of the great measurement, that individual will attain the supreme station, which is difficult for even gods to attain. That person will attain the ultimate form of goodness and enjoy perfect bliss. Om. What a very powerful prayer. I invite you now to close your eyes Breathe deeply. Listen to these words again in their original language, and let these words take your consciousness where it needs to be, and let your being be permeated by this energy. Atya Devya Kavacham Omasya Sri Chandakasya Brahma Rishi Unstup Chandamunda Devita Anganya Sokta Mataro Bijam Dingbada Devata Statvam Sri Jagadamba Prityarve Saptasati Patyanga Tavinayape Vinyoga Om Namas Chandikaye Markandeya Uvacha Om Yad Goyam Parmam Loke Sarvaraksha Karam Namam Yasha Kasya Chadikatam Tamne Brue Pitamaha Brahmavacha Asti Goyatamam Viprasava Bhuta Pakarakam Devyato Kavatkam Punyam Tatev Mustva Mahamune Pratamam Selapute Che Divatyam Brahmacharani Tityam Chandra Gatati Kusmanditi Chatokatam Panchamam Skandamatite Sastam Katyeyantecha Saptamam Kalaratriti Kadha Garati Kastamam Navamam Siddhidati Cha Navadurga Prakritita Ukatanyetane Mahamani Ma Brahmanava Mahatmana Agnina Dayamat Nastu Satru Madae Katorane Visyame Dogame Chava Bayata Sarvanam Netasyam Jayate Kimchida Subam Raknas Makate Napadam Tasya Prasyame Soka Duka Brahmyam Hani Yastu Bhaktya Smrita Numam Tasyam Vridhi Prajayate Yetvam Smarane Divesye Rakshetana Samsaya Pritasam Stata Tuchamunda Bharahi Mahasana Andre Gaja Shamrudra Vaishnavi Garudsasana Mahasavare Vritaruddha Kamare Shivahana Lakshmi Padmasana Devi Padmahasta Haripriya Sevatarupadara Devi Ishvara Vishnavahana Brahmi Hamsa Samaruda Sarva Bharana Bisita Ityata Matara Sarva Yoga Samavita Nala Bharana Sobhadya Nanarato Pasobita Drishane Ramamarudha Devya Kodha Samakula Shankam Chakram Gadam Saktim Halam Cha Musala Yodam Ketakam Tormaram Chaiva Parasum Pasyamevacha Kuntayudam Trishalam Cha Sangamayudam Uttamam Dayanatam Dahanasasya Prakamadmabayacha Darayanyo Dayanitam Devanam Chahityavai Namaste Stu Maharudre Mahagagora Parakrame Mahabale Mashotsahe Masabya Vishani Trahimam Devi Dukpreshe Saturnam Bayavadani Pracham Rakshato Mamredri Agnayam Agni Devita Dakshinevatu Varahi Nadatyam Khadgaharani Pratashanam Varune Rakshid Vayavam Murgavani Udacham Patu Kamari Asanyam Shuladharani Udvam Brahmani Merakshid Adhastad Vaishnavi Tata Evam Dasa Dishorek Munda Shavahana Jayat Me Chagrata Patu Vijaya Patu Pristaya Ajita Vamaprapasve Tu Dakshine Chaparajita Shikamudya Yotini Rakshidoma Mudhi Vayavastita Malachare Lalate Cha Bhuvano Rakshid Yashavani Trinitra Cha Bhuramadini Yamaganta Nanasike Sankani Chakuso Made Srodhyayod Varavashini Kapulaud Kalika Kanamule Tusankare Nasikayam Shugandacha Uttarstecha Charika Atere Kamtakala Jivayam Chasarasvati Dantan Raksatao Kumari Kanhadase Tuchandika Gantikam Chitraganta Chamahamaya Chataluke Kamakshi Chibukam Rakshid Vachame Sarvamangala Grivayam Bhadrakali Che Param Vamse Danurdane Nilagriva Banikante Nalikam Nala Kubare Skandio Kanjini Rakshid Bahume Vajaradharani Hastayodandani Rakshid Ambika Changuli Sucha Ganhan Chulesvari Rakshed Kuksao Rakshet Kulesvari Sanao Raksan Mahadevi Mana Soka Vinasini Hirdaye Lalita Devi Udare Shula Dharani Nabaucha Kamani Rakshed Goyam Goyasvari Tata Putana kamika medram gude mahisa vahani. Kanyam bhagavati rakshe januni vindayavasyani janga mahabala rakshe sarva kamad pradayani. Gulahapyo narashimi cha pradise tutai jasi pradangulisyu Sri Rakshet Padahales Lavashani Nakan Damrakarali Cheskesams Chevordak Vashani Romakupeso Kavari Tvacham Vagisvarani Tata Raktama Javalanam Asanyate Medamese Parvati Antarani Kalaratischa Pitamcha Muktesvari Padmavati Pamakuse Kape Kudamanistata Shvalamukhi Naka Shvalam Abedaya Sarva Sandhistu Sukram Brahmani Me Rakshek Chanyam Chatresvari Tata Amam Karanam Manobudim Rakshame Dara Dharani Prana Prana Pratata Vanyam Udam Cha Chamakam Vajra Haste Cha Me Rakshet Pranam Kalyana Sobana Rase Rupi Chagande Cha Sabde Sparse Cha Yogini Sattvam Rajas Tamachaiva Rakshen Naryane Sada Ayu Raksantu Varahi Damaram Raksato Vaishnavi Yasham Kritim Cha Lakshmin Cham Dainam Vidyam Chadka Kakrini Gotra Midrane Me Rakshet Pasume Raksha Chandike Putran Rakshan Mahalakshmir Bharyam Raksato Bhairavi Prananam Supata Rakshan Magem Krismakare Tata Rajavadre Mahalakshmir Vijaye Sarvatastita Tatsavam Rakshame Devi Jayanti Prapanasani Padamakam Cha Gachato Yachite Chubhyam Ham Admana Kavachana Vrito Nityam Yatra Yatraiva Gachihadi Tatra Taratra Labhascha Vijaya Sarva Kamika Yam Yam Chitaite Kamam Tam Tam Prapnate Nichitam Paramesvare Matulam Praptase Bhutale Puman Debayo Jayate Matya Sangames Svaparajita Triloke Tubave Pujya Kavachanavrita Pumam Idam tu Dovya Kavacham Devanmapi Dorlambam Ya Pratet Prayatonumam Trisanyam Trasadyayantvita Devi Kala Bhavetasya Trilokyasva Parajita Jived Vasasatam sagam apamrityo vivarijita nashini vayadasarva lutavik posata kadaya srivaram jangamam chaiva kritimam chape yadvisham abacharani sarvani mantra yantrani bhutale buchara kecharas chaiva jala jasko prajid sikta sahaja kulaja mahadakini sakini tata antariksha charagora dakshinyascha mahabala grahabutta pisachatya yaksha gandhava raksha brahma raksha shasa vetala kushamanda bhairavadaya nasyante darsanatsya kavache hride samstite manoner bhavadrajnastejo vride karam param yasyasa sarvadate sopikriti mandita bulate japet satasatim chandim kuvatu kavacham pura yadvad mandalam date sasayavana kanikam tatvatrisane midyanam santeta putra paraki dante padamam stitam yat sirape dolabam prapnate puraso nityam mahamaya prasadita labate param rupa shivana sahamodate om. Feel the energies of these verses becoming a part of you, protecting you and guiding you in these days ahead. I invite you now to take a deep and clearing breath and slowly open your eyes. Jai Ma. The Argala Stotram, the praise that unfastens the bolt. Om presenting the respected mantras of the praise of that which unfastens the bolt. The consciousness that pervades all is the seer. Unastups, 32 syllables to the verse is the meter. The respected great goddess of true wealth is the deity, for the satisfaction of the respected mother of the universe. This appendage of the 700 verses is applied in recitation. Om, we bow to the goddess who tears apart thought, Chandika. Om, she who conquers over all auspicious, the remover of darkness, the excellent one beyond time, the bearer of the skulls of the impure thought, the reliever of difficulties, loving forgiveness, supporter of the universe, oblations of I am one with God, oblations of ancestral praise, to you we bow. When I read this in the next verse in the Sanskrit, I think you'll definitely recognize it. Conqueror, O goddess of slayer of passion and anger. Conqueror, reliever of the troubles of all existence. Conqueror, O goddess who pervades this all. The dark night of egotism, we bow to you. To you who defeated too much and too little, giver of the blessings of creative capacity, we bow, give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. To you who cause the destruction of the great ego, giver of the happiness to devotees, we bow, give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. To you who slew the seed of desire, the goddess, O goddess, destroyer of passion and anger, give us your form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. O slayer of self-conceit and self-deprecation and sinful eyes, give us your form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. All revere your lotus feet, O goddess, giver of all that is beautiful. Give the form, give the glory, give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. So these last few verses are actually kind of a condensed version of the stories in the entire scripture. Now we're going to go through several verses that really lists the things that the Divine Mother can help us with. You of unthinkable form and activity, destroyer of all opposition, give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. For those who bow to you with devotion, you remove all distress. Give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. For those who praise you with full devotion, she who tears apart thought, you destroy all maladies. Give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. O goddess who tears apart thought, for those who constantly worship you with devotion, give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. O beauty, freedom from disease, give us supreme happiness. Give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. Grant the destruction of all that is disruptive. Grant increase in strength. Give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. O goddess, grant welfare. Grant supreme prosperity. Give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. O Mother of the universe, whose feet are rubbed by the crest jewels of the gods and enemies alike, give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. Make us endowed with knowledge, endowed with welfare, endowed with true wealth. Give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. You who destroy the great egotism of thought, you who tear apart thought, to us who bow to you, give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. The four-faced creative capacity, Brahma, sings the praise of the four-armed energy of the Supreme Sovereign. Give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. O Goddess, O Mother of the universe, your praise is always sung by the doer of all. Give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. O Lord of the daughter of the Himalayas, the Shiva, sings the praise of energies of the Supreme Sovereign. Give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. The husband of the energy of the rule of the pure, Indra, worships the energy of the Supreme Sovereign with pure feeling. Give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. O Goddess, with your great staff of discipline, you destroy the egotism of thought. Give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. O Goddess, Mother of the universe, to the people who are devoted to you, you give inexpressible peace and delight. Give the form, give the victory, give the glory, kill the enemies. Give us a spouse in harmony with our minds, who follows the changes of the mind and who can lead a family of noble birth across the difficulties of the ocean of objects and their relationships. After reciting this hymn of praise, one should recite the great hymn of praise, of which is 700 verses, and he or she will attain supreme perfection. Om. So again, I invite you to close your eyes, Breathe deeply and feel and experience the wonderful energies of this hymn. Agalastotram, Om Asya Sri Agalastotram Mantrase Vishnu Rishi Unstap Chandasri Mahalakshmi Devita Sri Jagadamba Pritayate Sapta Satapatangatvena Jape Vinyoge Om Namas Chandakaye Markandeya Uvacha Om Jayanti Manglakali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Shama Shivadatri Svasvada Namostute Jayatvam Devi Chamunde Jaya Bhutitaharani Jaya Sarvagate Devi Kalaratri Namostute Madhukataba Vidrave Vadatir Varade Nama Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Jishojahi Mahizashora Nena Se Bhaktanam Sakade Nama Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Jishojahi Rakta Bija Vade Devi Chandamunda Vinashani Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Yashojahi Sumbastava Nisumbasa Drumakasya Chamadani Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Vishojahi Vandang Gudyanga Devi Sarva Sabagadayani Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Yashojahi Achana Rupacharate Savasatra Vinashani Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Yashojahi Natabhya Sarvata Bhaksha Chandake Doritapahe Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Yashojahi Studavyo Bhakta Puravam Tvam Chandake Vindyaha Hinashani Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Yashojahi Chandake Satatam Ye Tvatamachanyata Bhaktitai Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Yashojahi Devi Sabagamagyam Dehi Me Paranam Shukam Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Vishojahi Vidhe Visatam Nasyam Vidhe Balamuktakaya Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Yashojahi Vindya Devi Kalinam Vindya Paranam Sriyam Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Vishojahi Sora Sora Sironatna Nigusta Karane Ambika Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Vishojahi Vidyavantam Yashavantam Lakshavatam Janam Kuru Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Vishojahi Pranchandataya Tapagane Chandika Pranataya Me Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Vishojahi Chaturabhuje Chaturvaktra Samstate Padameshvari Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Vishojahi Kristana Samstate Devi Sarva Spakcha Sarambeke Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Vishojahi Himachala Sultana Samstute Padameshvari Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Vishojahi Indrane Pate Sarbhava Pujate Parameshvari Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Vishojahi Devi Prachanda Dordana Dayata Darabha Vinashani Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Vishojahi Devi Bhakta Janamadan Tanan Dodaye Ambika Rupam De Jayam De Yashode Vishojahi Patni Majamam De Manovrita Noskarani Tarnim Durga Samsara Sargasha Kulodbhavam Idam Stotram Prativa Tumaso Stotram Patannara Satu Sapta Santi Samutya Vam Abnote Samadpadam Om. Again, feel the power of the hymn and feel it becoming a part of your being to guide you, to heal you, and protect you. I invite you now to take a deep and clearing breath. And again, slowly open your eyes and prepare for the third hymn. Attakilikam, the praise that removes the pin. Om, presenting the respected mantras of the praise that removes the pin. The consciousness of infinite goodness is the seer. Anustup is the meter. The respected great goddess of all-pervading knowledge is the deity. For the satisfaction of the respected mother of the universe, this appendage of the 700 verses is applied in recitation. Om, we bow to the goddess who tears apart thought. The sage Markandeya said, Om, pure knowledge, is his body, and the three Vedas are the vision of his divine eyes. He is the cause of attaining the ultimate. We bow to him who wears the half moon of the bliss of devotion. That would be Shiva. One should understand the mantras that remove the pin. Whoever constantly recites all of these mantras attains peace and security. Those who praise by means of this, O goddess, by means of the mantras of this hymn, they attain the perfection of indifference to each and every object of his existence. There is no mantra, no medicine, nor anything else known by which indifference to all can be attained without repeated application. The great reliever perfects every doubt in this world and fills all with the bliss for those who perform these mantras. He made the praise of she who tears apart thought, and he made it secret. There is no end of its merit, thus he attached a restraint. Whoever with full concentration of mind will meditate on all these on the 14th and 8th days of the dark lunar fortnight will undoubtedly attain bliss. As one gives, so in return one does receive, and by no other means is she pleased. And this is the form of the pin by which it is bound by the great God. O person who constantly recites, clearly removes the pin and becomes an attained one. That person joins the retinue of the goddess and becomes a celestial singer. Wherever such a person may move, they are free from fear. Neither would that person be subjected to untimely death, and upon leaving his or her body, that individual attains liberation, moksha. Having understood, one should commence and practice it. By not performing, it will perish. Again, by having understood comes fulfillment, and this undertaken by those who know. All that is beautiful, or any other auspicious quality seen in women, is all the blessing of the divine, and therefore this goodness should be recited. Great wealth is attained for those who recite, and moderate in a moderate tone, and those of a higher tone it is completely fulfilled. Therefore, it must be undertaken. When blessing of the Supreme Sovereign is welfare, health, fulfillment, the destruction of all enmity, and the ultimate liberation, why will people not sing her praise? Om. So for a third time, I invite you to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and experience the praise that removes the pin. Atya Kilikam Om Asya Sri Kilika Mantrasa Shivari Shion Stup Chandika Sri Maha Sarasvati Devata Sri Jagadamba Prityadham Saptasati Prahanga Tena Jape Vinyoge Om Namas Chandakaye Markandeya Vacha Om Vishuddha Jnana Daita Trivide Divya Kakuse Sreya Prapate Nimitaya Maha Somadra Dharani Sarvametad Vijananyan Mantranam Abikilikam Sopi Krismamavapnopti Satatam Javata Para Siddhayat Yocha Tandini Vastuni Sakalayape Etna Stuvatam Devi Stotra Mantrane Sudheyate Namantro Nasadam Tatrana Kinchidape Vidyate Vinayapyana Siddhajita Sarvam Uchatanadikam Sama Granyayape Siddhyante Loka Chankamam Hara Kritva Nimantra Yamasya Sarvameva Midam Subham Stotram Vai Chandakasyo Tachagupam Chakrasa Samaptina Cha Punyasantam Yattavani Yantranam Sopi Krisima Mahavapnote Sarvamevam na samsaya Krishnayam va chaturdasyam Atamayam vasamita Dadati prati grinati Yanyasya prasidati Itam rupina kilina Mahadevana kilitam Yo Nikshalam Vidhayanam Nityam Japate Sambhutam Yaside Sagana Sopi Gandharvoyate Nara Nachayvap Yatasya Bhayam Kvapita Jayate Napa Mrityo Vishamyate Mukto Mokshama Vapyona Yandve Pariba Kurvitana Kurvano Vinasyate Tato Jatvaiva Sampanam Idam Parabayate Buddhya Sabagaidi Chayat Kinchid Dhyayate Lalajane Tatsvaram Tatprastanatena Japamindam Subam Sanaistu Japamamane Smin Simim Stotre Shapate Rukaya Bhavet Yeva Samgrapetata Parabayam Evatat As Varyam Yat Plastana Sabhagayagya Sampada Satrohanane Paramoksha Studyate sanakim jane. Om. And I invite you to continue in meditation as I chant the Navaratri mantra. Om Angrim Klim Shamundaye Viche. 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 Feel yourself becoming one with the energies of the hymn and of the presence of the Divine Mother. And may you feel that presence surrounding you, and may you feel that presence within. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Om Sana Vavatu Sana Bunaktu Saviryam Kadavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavid Vijavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Om. Jai Ganesha, Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Ma Kali, Jai Ma Chandika Devi. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. I invite you to take a deep and clearing breath. Become aware of your surroundings, the sound of my voice, the feeling of your body sitting clothes on your skin, the temperature of the air. Slowly move your fingers and toes, arms and legs. Slowly open your eyes, bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Namaste. Jai Mata Di. And thank you for joining me. So those of you in the Denver area, you're welcome to join me here at the temple, 7 o'clock tonight, for Yoga Nidra meditation. For those of you unable to come to the temple or due to whatever circumstances, including geography, you're welcome to tune in to the live broadcast and take part in the meditation. And then we'll join again at noon, Denver time again, for the first 2 chapters of the Devi Mahatmaya. Again, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day ahead. Jai Ma, and farewell. Blessings always.